Hello, I'm Mandy. I went to seminary with Danielle. I don't know if we actually graduated together. I wanted to share a little about my journey. I started Halloween of October 31st of 2009. I am a wife, been married almost 9.5 years, and ordained minister of the Christian Church Disciples of Christ, and a mother of three, ages 7, 4, and 2. So that's a little about myself. As I said, I started my journey Halloween of 2009, and it was all because of a doctor's appointment with my oldest daughter. She was 3 at the time. We had taken her to a yearly doctor's appointment, and the doctor informed us that she was obese. And I knew that this discussion we had was not just based on the charts, but based on looking at my husband and myself, who were both, I'm not sure if my husband at the time was morbidly obese, but I clearly was. I weighed myself that day, and as accurately as the scale could tell me, I weighed 310 pounds. I know that probably wasn't my heaviest. I would estimate 320 or 330, but scales aren't terribly accurate unless you spend a lot of money on one once you go over 300 pounds. So I knew I didn't want my daughter treated the same way that I was growing up, and the only way I could make any difference in her without putting her on a diet, which at 3 years old just wasn't going to happen, was by making changes in my own life and becoming a healthier version of who I was. And the journey has been amazing. It has been trying, and the most exciting thing I've ever done in my life. It has made me a better person, a better minister, and a better mother, as well as a better wife. But that's what made me decide to make that first step. Not only that I needed to make the changes for myself, but that I knew in making the changes for myself that it would also make the lives of those that are the closest and most important things to me even better, and that was worth it. But taking that first step was the hardest thing I had ever done. I came home that day and I researched how to lose weight on Google, and I came up with tons of fad diets. I could buy the 24-hour miracle juice. I could do XYZ and lose 10 pounds in 4 days. And I knew that I had tried fad diets before. I had yo-yo dieted my whole life. I weighed 275 pounds in 8th grade. I knew what it meant to diet, but I didn't want to diet. I wanted to make a lifestyle change. And so I started by walking, and I walked a little bit every day, and the next day I walked a little bit more, and I had exercising under control to the point that several people told me that I was addicted and I needed to back off. But the food, I didn't get under control for a long time. Exercise just came easy, even though it wasn't as intense as some people think it should be. I started with walking, and when I got bored with walking, when I finally weighed low enough to where I could use the Nintendo Wii, that became my exercise choice. And I did different games, and when I lost 50 pounds, I treated myself with a membership to Weight Watchers to help me figure out the food. But what I learned during Weight Watchers was that it didn't really help me figure out the right foods to eat, but the quantities of food, which was helpful, but I needed to know what foods were good for me, what were the whole foods. And I know that sounds silly, but it was hard because I grew up in a house where we had very few home-cooked dinners, and they were, fried pork chops and hamburger helper, boxed meals. And so for the first year of our marriage, I didn't cook at all. Neither one of us did. We ate out almost every single day, sometimes twice a day, 3 times on the weekends. So figuring out that, vegetables and produce and fruit and whole foods are what my body craves, in addition to continuing to work out, has been what has gotten me to this point. The first step was the hardest, in figuring out where to go and what to do. But I've just learned over the years to listen to my body. And if I'm pushing myself too hard, my body will let me know. If I'm eating stuff that isn't good, my body will certainly let me know. I've To this day, lost 165 pounds. I've gone from size 32, 34 to, and 4X shirts down to small, medium shirts and size 8, 10 pants. That's my journey, and I hope that there's something in this that can help you all. Have a great day. Thanks.